Hello Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading where we are looking at how is the new moon bringing love into your life. So we've got a new moon coming up in Aquarius, and as part of that there could be lucky breaks thanks to Jupiter alignment, and a Venus-Neptune alignment bring romance for anyone who's making wishes to do with a relationship, and that's out of the Moonology Diary by Jasmine Bolland. So I thought we'd have a little look at how this new moon is bringing love into your life. So you have got card 1, which is bliss, so that's pile 1. We've got pile 2, which is path, and we've got pile 3, which is dormant aspects. So just allow yourself to take some nice deep breaths and look at the cards and see which one's standing out to you the most. And then you can find the timestamps to take you straight to your reading in the description section. So I'll leave you to look at this for a minute, and I hope you enjoy your readings, and I'll see you in the next bit. Pile 1, welcome to today's reading. You have chosen the card of bliss. Now bliss, the gold colour, is very abundant financially, so you may have new financial rewards coming up for you as part of this new moon. But bliss is also those moments where you are just at your happiest, and they can be the simplest of things. So you may find yourself in a position where life just goes so much easier than normal. You may find yourself in a loving embrace with somebody that you're totally attracted to, and that moment of bliss where you connect and feel the energy of being in love. So so that's what's coming up for you, pile 1. Lucky you. Let's have a look at some details around that. Now I have to apologise in advance. My nails are a terrible state. I've not been and got them done, and you can't get this stuff off unless you go to the nail technician. So apologies for that. It's been awfully busy recently. So Spirit, what is the new moon bringing in for pile 1 in the name of love? Oops, everything nearly fell out then. Ace of Wands. That's exciting. So there's some sort of new beginning. Ace of Wands usually are kind of new projects or new ways of being. Let's have a look and get some more details. And it's almost like a gift. When the hand comes in, it's like you've been gifted by spirit, like they're taking charge of things, and you can't argue the process because even if you're doing things or feel like you're doing things wrong, it's undeniably fated for you to be receiving this new beginning in life. We've got the King of Swords, so that might be something. The King of Swords can quite often either be a doctor or a manager or somebody in charge of a company, or somebody legal. So you might be receiving a contract, like if you're signing for a new home or a new job or something. The Hierophant, so that's being part of a new institution, so it may well be a new job coming up for you, we shall see. Or it can be a new spiritual teacher or group that you're becoming part of. Two of Swords, indecision, choices. You've got different choices and you're not sure which way to go. Let me have a look at these. Oh, it's got some very exciting true love. Oh, deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. So this could be, or maybe this is a marriage that's coming up for you. pile one. So always take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But this could be like the happiest job you could ever have, or the happiest scenario, somehow where you're bringing your wishes to fruition. Let's have a look. Clear your blockage. Okay, so something is coming up for you that's really going to bring you bliss. It's right there in the first card. And true love. Something's coming in for you that's bringing you great happiness, but there's an element where you're a little bit afraid to accept it. So you might be watching something happen from a higher perspective, or you may be looking at it. It might not be you might be looking at it now as it comes towards you, going, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this. I'm a bit nervous about whether it's going to work out. But Spirit is bringing this potential possibility to you, so that you can have true happiness in your heart, pile one. It's really, really fated for you to step into a time of well-being and happiness. And I feel like it because the King of Swords, well, let's talk about the King of Swords. So you may be in your very logical mind. That could be an element of it, where rather than going into your heart space, you might be logically going, is this okay? Is this going to be all right? Or you may be dealing with somebody who is more official as part of this. Or you might be stepping into some sort of a role in which you need to be a manager, or you need to take ownership or have some authority about how you're bringing your life into being at the minute. So you may be stepping into a manager role in a new job or a new situation, or needing to take some authority and using your head and your heart. If you are struggling to make decisions about what to do, feel into your heart space and consider, why are you anxious or nervous about receiving what is being presented to you? It's probably going to be because things haven't been so good in the past. But what's coming in for you is so good. It's going to really bring you happiness. It's going to bring you financial benefits. It's going to make you feel comfortable and secure in certain ways that you maybe haven't felt before, but it's really going to lift your heart. So it may be that you're going into something, and if you're looking for love, you might be going into something where you're actually, as a sideline to what it is, somebody will come into your circle of, somebody will come into your life as part of that who you're going to fall in love with. You may have been waiting for a long time to meet someone who, where it's true love. It's not just a fling or a hookup or whatever. So this situation that's coming in, which is going to make you happy, I think by making you super happy, it's going to clear away blockages. I'm really sorry if you can hear my washing machine right now. It's going to clear away blockages from the past and open you up, so that you can feel relaxed in your heart space, so that you can feel relaxed to be your true self and to be loving and open, which then opens the door to somebody coming in in the right way, so that they can connect with who you really are and you can really feel true love with them. What else is coming up? Let's have a look. Spirit, can we have some more information about, are there any hurdles to this scenario? Are there any hurdles? The Knight of Wands. So speed may catch you off guard in this situation. Things may have happened really, really fast, or things may be about to happen really, really fast, and that might make you feel a bit like, whoa. But then we've got the Sun as well, and these two cards are very similar in the sense that the Sun is almost equivalent to this Bliss card. Sometimes when we get what we really, really want and it happens quickly, we get nervous that it's not going to be consistent for a long period of time. But this is showing that it is. Something's changing in your life in a positive way that is going to bring you much more happiness, and it's like you're stepping out of how life used to be. You're not going to go through the same pitfalls or the same issues or the same upset. So if it is a new relationship coming in, it's going to be different from what you've experienced in the past. So it's important to let go of, if you get triggered by a tiny little behaviour and you go, oh my goodness, this is representative of how it's going to be forevermore. It's not, is what I'm going to say, Foxglove friends, because this has been brought to you by Spirit, because you've gone through the learning lessons, you've gone through what you've needed to experience in life. So whether it's a new relationship, a new job, a new way of being somehow, or a new project, it's not going to end up the same as what you've experienced before. It's bringing, this is good. The Sun card is true happiness, true, but you might not feel like you deserve it, or you might be nervous to accept it because you might be going, I don't know how real this is. Let's have a look what else is coming up for you. Yeah, the devil. Yeah, your fears are kind of going to get in the way a little bit, Foxglove friends. But that will pass. This too shall pass, Foxglove friend. Just acknowledge your fears. Let's get some advice for you. Acknowledge your fears and know that they're only there. They're only coming up to try and keep you safe. So the fears, unless you are about to fall from a very high place or you're hearing a very loud noise that might be reflective of danger, then quite often your fears are an illusion. They're just an illusion to keep you safe so that you can, it's your ego going, oh, you better watch out for that. What if that's the same as what we've experienced before? Yeah, okay, so it's saying, be compassionate and gentle with yourself as you go through this new beginning, this change. If you get things wrong, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. If you have anxiety, your anxieties will soon be cleared, because you'll start to settle in to the newness of what it is, and you'll start to realise, oh, it's okay. This is my new life. This is the way things are going to be from now on, and it's good. Just pause that for a minute because Luna heard something and thought somebody was at the door. So this card is stating that you need to remember who you are. Remember everything you've been through and what you've accomplished and how you've come through that. You're still here. You've grown and you've learnt. You have more empowerment within you than you think. So step out of feeling like you might be a victim again and step into owning everything that's been in the past, knowing that you can face whatever the world throws at you because you're older than you were. You can have more confidence, more you've got more self-worth, more self-value than you ever had before, and that's going to shine out in what's happening for you. That's going to shine out either in the new relationship or in the new whatever it is that's new that's coming in for you. Just allow you, and I think you might, I think you'll know what it is, the new beginning, whether it's a new job, a new location, a new project or something that you're doing. If this hasn't come in yet, just know that you aren't who you used to be, and feel whole and confident in the fact that you've learnt a lot and you know how to navigate life much better than you ever did. And you don't need to do that with force. You can do that with kindness and compassion and a softness. Softness and gentleness is what it says here. Let's get you some other advice cards. Spirit, what other advice do we have for pile 1, please? the spiritual warrior. So that's interesting because that does tie in with the Hierophant card. And it may be that you've chosen a new way of living spiritually in the world. You might have found a new spiritual path that's supporting you. So you might have looked into shamanism or druid work, or may have opened up to channeling medium mystically, or just more aware of your energy and your sensitivities, and you know that you can rely on spirit or the angels or your guides to support you through this process. And it feels like you're more grounded and more substantial in your being than you ever were before because of this spiritual support that you've now got. Either you've got this spiritual teacher who you can speak to, or a spiritual group that you might be part of, or maybe you have become more of the Hierophant where you're teaching other people or supporting other people, um, in a way that is either counselling or listening to them and understanding people and supporting them. Maybe you work in the mental health environment, all those sorts of things. It's time for you to shine your light, and to whatever environment you're going into. Because, for example, sometimes we work in the corporate world, you can still shine your light, whether it's spiritually related where you are or not. You can be that joy, happiness, and that gentle, compassionate person who sees the best in people, and that creates such a positive impact. And sometimes, if you are true to that part of you, you can just walk into a room and it helps to heal those around you. It has a positive healing effect on those around you. Let me get some, let's have a bit of a look at outcome cards. Spirit, can we have some outcome cards for pile 1, please? Closure. Not all connections are meant to be. Accept closure. So this progress that you're making is going to help you to close the door on relationships that are no longer good for you. So whether that's an ex who just has not treated you in the right way, if you're getting into a new relationship, it's going to help you go, wow, this is so much better than what I had before. I know that wasn't right for me now. If it's friendships, or leave whatever it is that you're leaving behind, whatever connection you're leaving behind, even if it's an old job and you go, my goodness, I can't believe I put up with what I put in that old job because this is so much nicer and so much better. You're gonna feel that, and it's gonna become really apparent, quite soon, really, as part of what's going on here for you. Attraction. You are attracting the right person at the right time into your life, Foxglove friend. So, like I say, what's being brought to you now, this new beginning, is going to bring the right people towards you, whether it is the right friends, the right work colleagues, or the right lover, the right romantic relationship. That this change is happening to allow that to happen. This is such a great reading, pile 1. I'm so excited for you. It's like you've got the balance of the spiritual element, the earth element of what's happening in the 3D in your life. You just need to brush away any fears and allow it to happen with compassion and grace. Things are going to shift and move really quickly, so that might be a bit of a shock to your system, but keep reminding yourself that you are the spiritual warrior. This is a new beginning. We've got the 0 there, a bit like the Fool stepping out into a new beginning open-heartedly and innocently. If you find yourself getting too stressed out, maybe meditate, calm your nervous system, use the tools and techniques that are available to you so that you can step into this new world, because it's so much better for you with the sun and bliss. You have got a jolly nice time coming towards you, Foxglove friend. I hope you like this reading. I wish you all the best. Oh, it's beautiful. The energy of this reading is beautiful. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you like this video, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Take care. Feel free to comment as well. I'd love to know what's going on for each of you individually. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. Now, you have chosen the Path. What a lovely card. Now, these colours together in Orasoma are the colours of new love. And sometimes the path of love can be difficult. It can be difficult to stay on the right path because our fears get in the way, or people behave in ways that we don't particularly like, and we can see them as the enemy when they're going through their own fears and issues. The purpley pink dragon represents unconditional love, and the green dragon represents openness, truth and honesty. And this is a lot of what is required to stay on your true path. So you may have asked yourself, what is my purpose in life? What is my spiritual purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing? And this card focuses on self-reflection sometimes, to understand either what we're doing and what we're here for, or what's going on in our relationships. So I'm going to put that over there. I am apologising in each reading for the state of my nails, because I haven't had a chance to go and get them done, and you can't get this stuff off without visiting a nail technician. So I apologise for that. It's just been mega busy. Right, so Spirit, how is the new moon bringing love in to pile 2's life, please? There's a real feeling of care and compassion. So we've got the King of Pentacles there. So that could be a person who is very good with money, quite steadfast, reliable, steady going. Quite often the King of Pentacles has got everything that they wanted in life. They've managed to provide a stable home for themselves and their family. They've managed to gain wisdom on their journey, and it's been a steady progress. So you may have, that might be a person for you, it might be you or somebody around this. The Knight of Wands talks about speed, so somebody acting very quickly. So it could be somebody who's come into your life who is quite focused on creating a foundation of stability, and it's happened quite quickly, and you may be having to juggle a lot of ideas, or having to juggle money to try and make things happen. We've got Temperance, we've got the 8 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of speed. So let me get some more cards for you. Let's what do I want? I want this one. So we've got, during this full moon, it's a bit odd actually, because we've got the King of Pentacles, who's quite a steadfast, slow mover, and it's the energy of slow moving and building towards something to make sure that you've got financial stability and a happy home and things. But actually, there's a lot of jiggling and juggling around here, and it's like there's a need to calm things down, a need to not be splashing out with finances like all over the shop. I need to calm the energy down a little bit, even though you're surrounded by things happening quite quickly. Imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. Yeah, I can see how things would get in a mess because of the speed at which things have been happening. Because when we do anything quickly, life does get messy. Our houses get messy. You know, like if you've got loads on, you haven't got time to make sure that everything's organised and in its place, living from the heart. How interesting. So during this new moon, you have got a lot of activity coming in which is about creating a stable foundation for you. So that may well be with another person, or it may be on your own, but either together or individually, you're aiming to create something more substantial in your life, and you're wanting to do that through love. So maybe you're kind of working with somebody to create a new home, a new business, or a new location, or a new way of being. And because of the speed in which things are happening, maybe you or the situation or the people involved, it's highlighting imperfections because you haven't got time to do things perfectly, to be perfect. Or you might be jarring with somebody else, and it may be necessary. Well, a part of it, I think, is that you are living from the heart, in that you're trying to create something positive, create this positive relationship or positive home life. But it's important to remember the love in the situation as you're trying to create something in the 3D. So it's like you're doing something that's going to, almost like if you're building a new home, or you're building physical things in life. You might, I don't know, I hope that makes sense. You know, like in the 3D, it's the homes that we live in, the location that we live in, how we want to live. So if we're maybe doing eco type stuff around our homes, or we're trying to make sure that we're building something that's going to be nice for a family, things like that, that's all happening very fast, and it's almost like it needs calming down a little bit. There may be moments where you just need time out because you're overwhelmed, but things are still going on really fast around you. But just keep tuning into your heart space to make sure you're living from love, and don't worry about imperfections. Don't worry if things are a mess, or people are falling out and having little niggles and things like that, because it's kind of a speedy time. I feel like the truth, being honest and open and truthful with the people involved as you go through this process, is so important, because there isn't time to have secrets or hidden things. If you want to achieve what you're trying to achieve within this situation, then you just need to be compassionately honest. So when I say being honest, you don't need to be unkind. There's ways to say things that still reflect your truth without being harsh. And I think that might be it. But when we're working at speed, if something's, if you've got into a relationship and it's going really, really fast, or a lot of things have happened in a short space of time, sometimes we can blurt things out because we haven't got time to ruminate and mull them over, and to think of the nice ways or the nice time to address situations. So keep pulling yourself back to your heart space, so that you're actually speaking your truth in love, so that you can keep this connection strong. I want to say, like, don't turn away. This picture here, they're pulling into each other in a way that fits, rather than pulling away from each other. So allow imperfections and things, appreciate somebody else's imperfections, love them unconditionally by loving yourself unconditionally. When we accept ourselves fully, the imperfections of another doesn't cause such an issue, because we've all got imperfections. That is what makes us practically perfect in every way, pal, too, because we're human. We all have points where we might have jealousy, or we might get angry, or we might, I don't know, all those other things that can be difficult for people to accept in another party, or we're a bit arrogant sometimes even, or a bit overly controlling. We're all susceptible to that because we're all human beings. We all have the potential for that. So I think part of what's happening in this new moon situation is that there's all sorts of good stuff happening for you quickly, and it's just like a reminder to make sure that you don't hold on to anything too much. Just let it pass, without over analyzing things. Let me see. What are... Well, I want a bit more. Spirit, can I have a bit more, please? Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So that can be like a lovely, perfect relationship. But also it's showing the being generous of spirit. So you may be struggling to be generous of spirit if you feel like you've not got enough energy or money to give. And this is where temperance is important, to kind of not overdo it, not be over generous when you haven't got, if you haven't got enough and you're trying to put money or energy into building something yourself. Sometimes you've got to keep it for yourself a little bit, but I think there's also an element of trying to remain generous from a heart space within your close relationship. Let's have a look what else we've got coming up. Ten of Swords. Yeah, you might feel hurt. So you might be feeling hurt by the behaviours of others, which is why we've got this imperfections card coming up. Six of Swords. So that's to do with journeys. Sometimes that can be to do with actual travel, or it can be to do with an inner journey. So there's maybe an element here where you need to consider, how are you being generous to yourself? How are you being generous to yourself when you get hurt or when something hurts your feelings? There might be lots of learnings going on. And I think because the question of this reading is, how is the new moon bringing love in for you, into your life? I think you've got love in your life. I think the element of this is getting past hurts and upsets as you're trying to create and build something, to maybe not take things too seriously and to keep pulling yourself back to your heart space and embracing the imperfections that happen. Because when we really do get into mature relationships, it's okay to have an argument as long as it's within reason, and it's not going to impact on your physical safety in any way. But we do have fallouts. Some relationship coaches do say that it's healthy to have disagreements, healthy to have arguments, and each person may express themselves differently in arguments, in the sense that it's important to try to be respectful while expressing what you're actually feeling, so that you can be heard, so that you can be understood, so that you can come to a resolution together, and so that it brings you closer to each other, is what I'm going to say. Let me get some advice cards for you. I hope that didn't affect the sound. I just had to get up because the washing machine's making a right noise. And so sorry if you can hear it gurgling away. Surrender to the moment. Yeah, just live in the moment. Don't keep over-analysing what's happened in the past. Don't be worried about what's going to happen in the future. Quite often, we can get quite distressed if there's a bit of a confrontation or a conflict of ideas, because we're afraid that the other person is going to break up with us or leave us. step away from those notions and deal what is going on in the moment, knowing that you are safe and everything is okay, so that you can be honest and you can be truthful, Foxglove friends, because it's only going to build something much stronger as you go forward. Hold on, I'll get you some more advice. Miracles. We tend to perceive miracles only when our personal desires are met, and yet when we look back, almost all of us will be able to recall a crisis or a challenge that ultimately proved to be a miraculous turning point and an extraordinary gift. This card asks you to see the miracles that surround you right now in an every situation. Yes, so maybe if there are some difficulties or fears coming up or hurts that are coming up, it's actually going to lead you to a more positive and stronger foundations with how you're living in life. We go through things to push the boundaries of who we are, so that we can return to wholeness, so that we can practice knowing our boundaries, practice putting our boundaries out there and saying this is not okay or this is what I want, practicing our self-value and self-love techniques so that we can have more, more love, more positive connections, so that we can be happier. And quite often in relationships, we go through these experiences so that we can actually have more love in our life, by dealing and clearing away any of the difficult issues that are going on in the right way. But you have got something that's going on. It's the speed. I can't get over the speed that's going on in this relationship. Let's have a look. Or this situation. Let's have a look. I want another one of these. Another advice card, please, for pile 2. Maybe the person who's relevant in this is somebody, maybe they've got, might be on the spectrum, they might be a bit ADHD actually, just looking at it with the speed of things in the 2 of Pentacles, like their mind's always kind of moving around and they're needing some downtime, so that they can cope with everything. It feels like there's points where you might, either you or the other person involved in this may be getting overwhelmed on occasion, and you each need to be each other's safe space. You need to be people that you care about strongly. You or they need to be a safe space for you to be in. And if they're not, that's when the problems start to arise, because you can't relax and you can't open your heart if you don't feel like they're a safe space. So it's maybe something to work on as part of this. The other advice card we've got is grace. When we sit in relationship with grace, we see every situation through the eyes of love, fostering our desire to meet life with understanding. This card asks that you view your situation with grace. Will understanding bring compassion? How would love view your possible choices? What would kindness suggest that you do? And this ties in very much with living from the heart and the unconditional love point here. So you may have to get past your own woundedness, if you like. Maybe things from the past are coming to the surface for you, but you might need to get past your own wounds to really look at what the other person is going through, what are they experiencing, and be kind and compassionate to them as well as yourself. I'm going to put it like that. So let's have a look at what potential outcomes are here. Star, your hope and optimism are a powerful love magnet for you right now. Look how beautiful that is. So there is hope for this situation, that things will be good. and things will be better. And it's important to keep having hope for it. It's still got a lot of potential. What else do I want? One of these? No, I want another one of these. Another potential outcome. Oops. Oh, sugar. I'm dropping it. It's flying. Oh, I've got two. So, window. A new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. Okay, so things are ramping up for you. And then we've got hidden behind that apology. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. So you may be required as part of this to apologize um if you've been unkind some way, if you've lacked compassion towards the other person, if you've maybe been too trying to force things to happen too quickly or not considered them in this situation. Um, just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But I think an element of humility and humbleness goes a long way in any relationship, whether it's romantic or friendship or family related. Maybe you will actually receive an apology, which will go a long way. And if somebody does apologize, be willing to receive it so that you can move forward and let go of what's happened, because each experience is a learning lesson for you to get stronger in this situation. So, thank you so much for watching, Foxglove friend. If you liked this, please do click like and subscribe. Feel free to comment in the comments section, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Goodbye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today. Now then, you have picked the Dormant Aspects card. Look how lovely that is. And this card speaks of the fact that it is time for you to become awake. It is time for elements within you to wake up and to come to the surface. So maybe you've been kind of going through life in a bit of a fog. Maybe you've been like an emu with its head in the sand, and not wanting to recognize the truth of what's going on. Maybe something will come to light that will help you have a revelation about how you want to live your life going forward. Or it may just be the fact that you've been living in a way to keep everybody else happy, but now it's time for you to start living for you to start shining, for you to start enjoying your life in a way that matters to you without putting everybody else first all the time. So there is part of this card says that you can close your eyes and try to sense the part of you that stirs. Is it your inner financial advisor who wants to bring you to a place of abundance? Is it your inner healer, your inner artist, or your inner child? Sometimes when we try to be so grown up, especially in the jobs that we've got, if we've got jobs where we've got to be quite professional or sensible and we have to project a certain mask so that we're being the role rather than our soul, um, you can get a bit too used to that and start to forget how to laugh and play and have fun and let your hair down and things. So let's get a bit more detail. And I have said in every reading, I do apologise about my nails. I've not had a chance to go and get them done, and you just can't get this stuff off without going to the nail technician. So I apologise that they're not as neat and shiny as normal. Right. So, pile 3, Spirit. How is the new moon bringing love in to pile 3's life, please? And straight away, I feel like a lot of it is to do with self-love. I feel like it's almost like a dragon stays in its egg for hundreds of years or 100 years, waiting to burst out to be seen. I feel like you may have spent a long time being in a position, yeah, where you've not being seen, where you've been, standing in maybe somebody else's shadow. The star card here that we've got is very much about allowing yourself to be seen. Usually, the star card in a lot of tarot decks is like a lady who's naked, standing in water in the night with the stars shining above her, and she's happy to be seen in the true light of who she is. The star card is often about hope when we're wishing on a star for something to be a certain way. So let's have a look. This is very beautiful energy. Six of Pentacles. So it's about what you're giving and receiving. So you may be in a position where you start to receive more. Nine of Swords can be to do with anxieties and difficulties. Let's have a look. The Hanged Man can be to do with patience. Knight of Wands, things happening quickly. In every reading of today's reading, we've had a lot of speed, or potentially people with ADHD. The Knight of Wands can be, because it can be quite excitable energy, lots of new ideas, lots of things happening quite. It may be that you're having to be patient about something, but you've got all these ideas and you're wanting to get going, and it's difficult for you to settle your energy, and that can cause anxiety. You've maybe been, like I said at the start, giving too much of yourself without giving to yourself as well. Let me see what else. So, proposal, an offer or proposal in the near future that comes as a surprise. So this week, Foxglove friend, oh wait, let's get one more. Is it this one? Yes, this one. So this week, Foxglove friend, there's some interesting energy for you, but it feels very caring. Be aware of projection. You've got a bit of a jumble, a bit of a jumble of energies going on in that you're kind of coming out into the light. Something is coming in for you in which you can receive something. So an offer, maybe it might even be a romantic proposal for some of you. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So somebody may ask you out on a date, or they might want to meet up with you, or they might propose marriage to you, or it might be the proposal of doing something like, please can you come and speak at this event, or can you do a presentation, we want to know what you've got to say. It's something where you're being woken up, shaken up a little bit, so that you can stand in the spotlight of your own stage to some degree in life, or in love. And there's a requirement for you to find your confidence, to find patience, and to calm your nervous system. And just, if there's any jealousies that come up, or people who are maybe not being as kind about what is being presented to you, I wanted to say something rude then, really, but tell them to do one. Maybe not particularly tell them to do one, but, protect your energy from naysayers or from people who are jealous or envious or have a mentality of lack. So if something comes up and you're offered something that seems really great, maybe it happens quickly and you're not expecting it, and you've been patiently waiting for this, or the proposal comes and you've got to wait a bit longer before it actually comes into fruition, this is all about you shining your light, and it's something that you might have been hoping to come, or it might be about you stepping up into being important in your life. Just be careful of what other people say. If they're afraid, they might try and talk you out of it. If they're jealous, they might be a bit narky with you in certain ways or not very nice. Just be careful, because this is coming in with love for you. It's coming in to wake you up. It's coming in to help you go, yes, I matter in this life, and in the life that you're living, the only person who can experience the things you experience is you. It's really important that no matter how giving or generous you are to others, that you are also kind and generous to yourself. And sometimes that's even like buying yourself a present. I used to spend all my money on other people for gifts and things, and I never used to be willing to buy myself anything that was of great value because I felt guilty about it. But actually, if you do treat yourself nicely sometimes, and even if you have a nice bubble bath and light some candles and create a nice environment for you, or allow yourself to receive something that you really, really want, um, your self value and self love levels just glow out further like a star, which means you can radiate even more, with more generosity of heart onto other people, is what I want to say. Let me so there's, yeah, okay, let me see what else there is. Stand in your own light, pile 3, and be willing to receive the goodness that's coming your way. The world, wow. So the world is fantastic because it's literally like the world is your oyster. So you may receive something that might involve travel, or you may receive something that is going to open up your world somehow, so that you can enjoy it more and feel more free and feel the expanse of the world somehow. This is very exciting. Oh, and it's going to bring you great happiness because we've got the Sun card. Great happiness, pile 3. Let's have a look. This is what the Knight of Cups. It's going to make you, and we've got the white feather there, so spirit is supporting this process. The Knight of Cups may be a person, so it can be somebody who's very romantic coming into your world, which does tie in with the proposal offer. Like I say, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, for which of you this fits. But the Knight of Cups is also a very heartfelt, romantic, sometimes artistic or creative person, but it might just be that it's that energy. Sometimes they're musicians, sometimes it's about, they're not always the most reliable sometimes, because if but they can be, but it's just like, this is really good. We've got the World, the Sun, and the Knight of Cups. They are beautiful cards. Really, really, really lovely. And maybe the thing is to keep your feet grounded on the floor as this lovely way of being, whatever is being offered to you, comes in. Or maybe don't. In certain scenarios, living in the energy of love, allowing ourselves to be carried away by romance and excitement of new love, and something that's really special to you, something that wakes you up. And nothing wakes you up like new love. And it doesn't even have to be another person. We can find new love in all sorts of ways, like a child, like how much we can love a child, or how much we can love our pets. I love my dog, my little Luna Boo. You might have heard her bark on occasion. Hope not. I do try and cut it out. But and also, I mean, even for me at the minute, I am reading this book called The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Oh my goodness, I've never been so. It's put me into such a feeling of love and excitement, and oh, it's just wonderful, and it's woken something up within me. And I just feel like something like that is coming your way. So it may be, it could come in any form. I think this is a thing. It's sort of meant to be a surprise. You're going to receive something that's going to be a surprise, and it's going to be really, really positive, and it's going to open your world up and bring you a great deal of happiness and put you into that energy of like being in new love and creative and feeling romantic about life again. May bring you some more hope. Let me get you some advice. What advice do we want for pile 3, please, Spirit? There's maybe for some of you been a period of time where you've not been very well. And you see how this person's lying down here and they've got the violet dragon. Now, violet energy is very protective. So there might be an aspect where you've not been very well, but you're able to start stepping out of that way of being and able to accept invitations, you know, and being able to start saying yes to things that you weren't able to say yes to before. So the proposal element might be invitations. Interesting. Surrender to the moment. I want to read this one. That came up in pile 2 as well. With surrender to the moment, I tend to say it's worth not. Don't dwell on what's been in the past. Don't worry about what's coming in the future. Enjoy this moment. So even though you might have anxieties and worries and things going on, enjoy the moment of happiness, even if other people are being a bit not great in some ways. It's important. We go through peaks and troughs in life. We go through times when it's more difficult and times when it's really good. When it's really good, be in that moment, enjoy it fully, because it's such a gift. So it says, clarity may be absent when this card appears in a reading, and the best action right now is to take none. In Taoism, Wei Wu refers to letting things happen without force and going in the direction of the flow rather than fighting against it. Simply allow nature to take its course. Instead of trying to control the outcome of an uncertain situation, simply observe your moods and emotions and contemplate your opinions and your options before you make a move. And that's where the Hanged Man comes in. And this may be where the offer comes in, that something, comes in quite quickly. You may be anxious to act quickly, but you feel as if you're stuck in the mind. Oops, sorry, I'm getting up to let the dog out. Relax, there's no hurry. All the pieces will fall into place in divine timing. So, the pig's water element relates to fears. Take long, deep breaths to calm those fears, which is to do with the Nine of Swords, and allow clarity to emerge within the breaths. Let me get you some more advice, pile 3. The energy of this reading does feel like you may be quite an empathic person, quite sensitive. So not somebody who's necessarily massively confident or outgoing or likes to be in the limelight. So it says, say yes. What are you waiting for? The answer to your question is yes. So whatever is being presented to you, it's being presented to you to help you step out of the shadows and to have something lovely in life. New love, how perfect how is the new moon bringing love into your life? The energy of new love is around you. Sometimes, if we have been hurt within a relationship, we retreat, afraid of being hurt again. This card brings a clear message and is an indication of your readiness to embrace love and begin a new relationship. It is safe to reach out. So if it is somebody asking you on a date, it says say yes. If it is something that's going to bring more love into your life, that's going to make you feel excited, put yourself first. You know, if other people are like, oh, you can't do that, or I need you, or I'm not going to get what I need out of you, you need to put that to the side and go, right, what do I really want? Because sometimes we need to do selfish things so that, or what we deem to be selfish, because we're not here to live a life for others. It is up to us to experience the life that we want to experience. And it doesn't mean that you have to be unkind or uncaring to others, but there are other solutions quite often. Not everything lands on your shoulders. You're not here to carry the weight of others. I just want to say that if it resonates to you, Foxglove friend. Um, Allow yourself to receive the new love that is coming into your life in whatever form that looks like. Spirit, what is the potential outcome for pile 3, please? Friendship. This connection is based on friendship. It may never develop into romance. Okay, so something is happening where you're going to make new positive connections and make new friends as part of this, maybe part of this proposal that you're getting. There may be people around this situation, whether it's a proposal of a new job, or and perhaps the Six of Pentacles is that you're going to receive more money, you know, as part of the new job, or whether it, even if it is a proposal in a romantic sense, it can actually be that when we connect with another person romantically, it brings a whole horde of other people into our lives, their family, their friends, you know, and that may open the door for you to then have more friendships as part of that. Just take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, because I realise these situations, you know, like I say, it could be a new job, it could be a new, it could be all sorts of things. But I feel like it's going to bring some financial benefit, whether it's about merging resources, or whether it's about, you know, receiving a bigger wage, if you like. Dressing up. An opportunity to dress up and party. Fun times ahead. So whatever you're going into is going to bring you the opportunity to have more fun, to spend time with, oh, I didn't realise it doesn't fit on the end. Sorry. It's going to give you the opportunity to have a new circle of people that you might go out with, that you might party with, that you might do social gatherings with. There's a whole thing here where you're being called out from the cave in which you've been living somehow, and brought into the light for others to see you, so that you can have more fun and just a better time in life, and to have more positive connections. And oh gosh, you know, even if it is friendships that are coming in, this may be a general new love of life. And as we have new friendships coming in, new friendships and connections always open the door to so much more. You know, there's nothing like a good friend who you can be truly honest and yourself with, and you can laugh and cry, and, you know, go through those different things in life. It's truly valuable. So, Foxglove friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm very happy for you, and I wish you all the best. And if you like this reading, please do click on like and subscribe to help grow my channel, and so that I can see you again. Take care. Bye bye.